Imagine waking up tomorrow with a new kind of clarity. You look in the mirror, and for the first time, you know this is it. This is the day you stop living like everyone else and start rising. Not just in your career, not just in your income, but in how you think, decide, and act. The truth is, the gap between average and fortune isn't luck. It isn't talent. It's mindset. That quiet force inside you that either builds your dreams or buries them. And today, we begin the first of 6 steps that can take you from ordinary to unstoppable. Brain Step 1. Master your mindset. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." That's not just a quote. It's a life-changing truth. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your biggest barrier. Every fortune, every invention, every transformation, it all started with a single thought someone chose to believe in. Scroll the Henry Ford story. Take Henry Ford. He once told his engineers to build a V8 engine, something they believed was impossible. The experts told him again and again, "It can't be done." But Ford didn't back down. He simply said, "Do it anyway." And guess what? They did. Because Ford refused to let other people's doubts shape his vision. He mastered his mindset. And that engine changed the auto industry forever. That's what mindset does. It sees what doesn't exist and brings it to life. Seedling your mind is a garden. Think of your mind like a garden. Every thought you plant is a seed. Plant doubt, fear, and "I can't," and you grow weeds. Plant confidence, belief, and "I will," and you grow trees that bear fruit for years. Most people let weeds take over. They repeat thoughts like, "I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. People like me don't succeed." These thoughts may sound small, but repeated often enough, they become rules we live by. And those rules hold us back more than any outside obstacle ever could. Key shift from reaction to creation. People stuck in average react to life. People heading for fortune create life. The average person waits for things to get better. A better job, a better boss, a better break. The successful person decides, "I'll become better, and then I'll create the rest." They don't wait for perfect conditions. They master their inner world first, and that begins by replacing weak thoughts with strong ones. Flex biceps. Simple shifts that build power start by catching your inner voice. When it says, "I can't," replace it with, "How can I? I always fail." Try, "What can I learn from this? This is too hard." Say, "Hard means growth. Let's go." Every time you choose a better thought, you're rewiring your mind. Like training a muscle, small efforts, repeated daily, make you mentally strong. Hill believed in the power of autosuggestion, feeding your mind positive beliefs until they take root. Say things like, "I am confident. I solve problems easily. I am becoming unstoppable." Even if it feels fake at first, stick with it. Repetition builds belief. Belief builds results. Movie camera. Visualize your future. Here's one of the most powerful tools Hill taught: visualization. Spend a few minutes each day seeing your success. Not just thinking about it, but truly feeling it. Hear the applause. Feel the victory. Taste the reward. Why? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. The more you rehearse success in your mind, the more your brain treats it as normal, as expected, as yours. And then, your actions begin to align with that vision. Counterclockwise arrows button your daily mindset routine. Here's how to begin mastering your mindset today. 1. Watch your thoughts. Catch negative self-talk and flip it. Point 2. Speak power into your day. Use strong, clear affirmations daily. Point 3. Visualize success. Imagine your goals already complete. Feel it. Point 4. Surround yourself with strength. Hang out with those who uplift you. Point 5. Feed your mind. Read, listen, and watch things that challenge and inspire you. Remember, your thoughts are not just in your mind. They are building your life. If you want fortune, build thoughts that match it. Checker flag. Wrap up for part 1. This was step 1, master your mindset. Because before you win out there, you have to win in here. Coming up next is step 2, where we talk about how to develop unbreakable discipline. The fuel that turns mindset into massive action. Until then, remember what Napoleon Hill taught us. The only limits you have are the ones you set up in your own mind. Part 2. Set goals that scare you. Part 3. Develop relentless self-discipline. It includes an emotional tone, vivid examples, and clear, powerful language for an American YouTube audience. Direct hit from average to fortune. Part 2 and 3. Goals that scare you and relentless discipline. Let's make something clear. If you want an extraordinary life, you can't set ordinary goals. And if you want those goals to come true, you can't rely on motivation. You need goals that scare you, and the discipline to chase them. Daily. That's the roadmap. Let's break it down. Direct hit. Step 2. Set goals that scare you. Most people play it safe. They aim for small wins. They set comfortable goals, ones they already know how to achieve. But let me ask you this. Can comfort build greatness? The truth is, comfort creates average. Discomfort creates transformation. If your goals don't make you nervous, if they don't make you question whether you're even capable, they're not big enough. The people who go from average to fortune? They chase unreasonable goals, goals that demand more from them than they've ever given before. They dare to dream big, even when they don't yet have the skill, the plan, or the confidence. And because they commit to that big dream, they evolve. Pushpin. Big goals, broken down. Let's say your goal is to earn $1 million. That's a huge goal. But instead of feeling overwhelmed, break it down. What does that mean per year? What does that mean per month? Per week? Per day? Suddenly, a massive number becomes a clear, trackable path. A system. You don't climb a mountain by focusing on the peak. You climb it by focusing on the next step. Napoleon Hill wrote, "A goal is a dream with a deadline. So don't just dream it, schedule it. Break your goal into small, daily actions. Make them non-negotiable. That's how success is built, one day at a time." Warning: the trap of motivation. Here's where most people fail. They wait to feel like it. I'll start Monday, when I'm more motivated. When life slows down. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are inconsistent. But discipline? That's power. That's the next step. Flex biceps. Step 3. Develop relentless self-discipline. Discipline is doing what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like doing it. The top performers in any field, business, sports, music, they don't depend on emotion. They don't wait for inspiration. They build routines, systems, and habits that force progress. A writer writes daily. An athlete trains even on off days. A successful entrepreneur sticks to the plan. Rain or shine. Success isn't about feeling good. It's about doing good daily. Repeat button. Discipline beats talent. Let's get something straight. Talent without discipline? Wasted. Intelligence without action? Useless. Potential without consistency? Forgotten. Discipline is what turns ability into achievement, and it's not something you're born with. It's something you build. At first, it feels uncomfortable. It goes against your instincts. But the more you do it, the stronger it becomes. Like a muscle. Every time you wake up early instead of hitting snooze, go to the gym even when you're tired, work on your craft when nobody's watching, you are building a version of yourself that can't be stopped. Magnifying glass tilted left. Control your habits, or they'll control you. Your life is a reflection of your habits. Wake up late? That's a habit. Procrastinate? Habit. Make excuses? Habit. The question is, are you choosing your habits? Or are they choosing your future for you? Because if you don't take control of your habits, they will quietly lead you down the road of mediocrity. Hill said, "You either control your mind or it controls you. There is no halfway. So take your power back. Start your day on purpose. Build a morning routine. Set up daily wins, small, repeatable actions. Track your progress and review it weekly. This isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. High voltage fear is a sign, not a stop sign. Now let's talk about fear. When you set scary goals, fear shows up. Of course it does. That's normal. But fear is not the enemy, it's energy. Fear is proof that you're growing. Fear means you're leaving the comfort zone, the place where dreams go to die. Successful people don't avoid fear, they lean into it. They know fear and excitement are twins. They feel the same in the body. Fast heartbeat, sweaty palms, butterflies. One stops you. The other drives you. You get to choose how to label it. Crossmark. What about failure? Let's clear up a myth. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But he didn't call them failures, he called them steps. Every failure is feedback. A lesson. A redirect. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're avoiding failure, you're avoiding greatness. Megaphone your challenge. 1. Pick one big goal. A goal that excites you and scares you. 2. Break it down into clear daily actions. 3. Build a system, track it, review it, commit to it. 4. Face fear, use it as fuel, not an excuse. 5. Show up daily, no matter how you feel. This is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary results, not because they're smarter. Not because they got lucky, but because they decided, I will not quit. I will not coast. I will commit. Checkered flag. Final words for today. You don't need to be the best. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to decide, and then act with discipline. 1 Big goal. 1 daily system. 1 Unstoppable mindset. The rest will follow. As Napoleon Hill said, persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. So build yourself into something unbreakable. This was part 2 and 3. Coming next, backhand index pointing right. Part 4. Structure your environment for success, where we talk about building systems, removing distractions, and creating an environment that makes winning inevitable. From average to fortune. Part 4. Surround yourself with excellence and take massive action. Clapperboard hook. Let's get one thing straight. Tomorrow is a trap. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And before you know it, You're staring at the mirror, wondering what could have been. Regret is the heaviest weight a person can carry. But the good news is this: you can drop it before it ever settles in. And it starts with two powerful moves. Surround yourself with excellence. Take massive, relentless action. Let's dive in. Break step 4. Surround yourself with excellence. If you're serious about success, take a hard look around you. Because no one climbs alone, and no one wins in the wrong environment. Napoleon Hill said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." That's not just philosophy. That's reality. Your circle is either raising your standards or lowering them, either fueling your ambition or feeding your excuses, either reminding you of your greatness or making you forget it. So ask yourself, who are you listening to? Who are you watching every day? Who are you becoming by association? If you're surrounded by negativity, gossip, laziness, and fear, it will wear you down. Even if you're strong, even if you're motivated, because your environment always wins in the long run. But if you start placing yourself around winners, people who think big, move fast, and live with intention, your life will elevate automatically. It's not about competition. It's about exposure. When you see someone living at the level you dream of, it rewires your mind. Suddenly, that dream becomes possible. And when it feels possible, it becomes reachable. Brain, you mirror who you're around. It's human nature. We mirror our surroundings. If everyone around you skips the gym, you'll start skipping too. If they sleep late, spend recklessly, complain constantly, you will too. Not because you're weak, but because we all adapt to survive. So flip the script. Put yourself in rooms where you're the least experienced, the quietest voice, the smallest player. Why? Because that's where growth lies. Their discipline will challenge your excuses. Their standards will raise your own. Their energy will make your goals feel normal, even expected. Handshake mentorship. The shortcut to growth. If you want to grow fast, find someone who's already done what you want to do. That's a mentor. That's a guide. Mentorship doesn't mean hand-holding. It means truth-telling. A good mentor will stretch you, call out your excuses, and expect more from you than you expect from yourself. Don't have access to one in person? No problem. Books are mentors. Podcasts are mentors. Online courses, masterminds, seminars, all mentors. Expose yourself to people and ideas that challenge your current level. Because if you're not growing, you're decaying. And nothing grows in a toxic environment. You need to surround yourself with winners, people who are chasing something with fire in their eyes. That energy is contagious, and soon, it becomes yours. High voltage. Step 5. Take massive, imperfect action. Now here's the real secret. None of this matters. Not your mindset, not your goals, not even your environment, if you don't take action. Too many people are preparing, planning, perfecting, but never executing. They read books, make vision boards, watch motivational videos, but they don't do the one thing that changes everything: move. Action is the only bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Hourglass. Not in the perfect time is a lie. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The stars won't align. Your fear won't magically disappear. Your confidence won't show up until after you've taken the leap. Fortune favors the bold, not the prepared. The most successful people don't wait for life to be perfect. They act anyway, scared, unsure, messy. They fall, adjust, and keep going. Because they understand this simple truth: failure isn't the enemy. Inaction is. Repeat button. Momentum. Motivation. One small step creates momentum. Send the email. Make the call. Launch the page. Go to the gym. Open the book. Start now, even if it's rough, even if it's not ready. Motion creates momentum, and momentum turns into mastery. You'll learn more from 30 days of bold action than from 3 years of overthinking. Fire burn the boats, there's no turning back. Not if you're serious. Take quitting off the table. Make success the only option. You don't try, you commit. You don't hope, you do. Set a goal. Break it down. Take action every single day, rain or shine. Tired or motivated. Excited or exhausted. Discipline is showing up regardless. Because every time you act in spite of fear, every time you move without the full picture, you become stronger, sharper, more capable. Megaphone final words for part 4. You now know the truth. Your environment will make or break you, and your actions will define you. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who stretch you. Put yourself in places that demand more from you, and then move. Take action like your life depends on it, because it does. Napoleon Hill said, "Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand. Start today. Start messy. Start afraid. But start. Because the life you want isn't built with dreams. It's built with discipline, people, and massive action." Direct Hit from Average to Fortune, Part 5. Build an unshakable inner core, belief, identity, and passion. Clapperboard hook. Let's make something clear. You can have the best strategies, the best mentors, and even the strongest work ethic. But if your belief system is weak, if your identity is confused, if your passion is absent, then no amount of hustle will save you. Because the most powerful force in the world is not outside of you. It's inside of you. It's who you believe you are. It's what you believe is possible. It's the fire that fuels your every move. In this part, we'll build that unshakable inner core, the core that separates those who try from those who conquer. Let's begin. Brain Step 6. Belief, the foundation of all success. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief doesn't come from motivation or hype. Belief is built. You weren't born with self-doubt. You were taught it. And just like it was learned, it can be unlearned. You must believe that you are capable. You are worthy. You are destined for more. Because until you do, you will sabotage every goal you set. Counterclockwise arrows button. Rewire the story. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself every day? If your inner voice says, "I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. This is just who I am," that story is scripting your future. But guess what? You're the author. You can rewrite the story. Start with affirmations, not just fluffy phrases, but intentional reprogramming. Say it daily. Feel it fully. Believe it eventually. I am disciplined. I am built for success. I follow through. I am becoming unstoppable. Repetition creates belief, and belief creates reality. Person standing. Step 7. Identity. Become the person who deserves the dream. Here's the hard truth. You don't get the life you want. You get the life that matches who you believe you are. Your identity is the thermostat of your results. If you see yourself as someone who always quits, who can't commit, who stays broke, that's what you'll return to, no matter how hard you try. But if you decide, from this moment on, I am a leader, I am a finisher, I am a builder, Then your actions will start to align with that identity. It's not fake it till you make it. It's act it until you become it. If you want to be fit, act like someone who values health. If you want to be rich, act like someone who handles money with purpose. If you want to be confident, act like someone who believes in their worth, even when no one else sees it yet. Identity is not fixed. It is forged, one decision at a time. Break stack identity with action. Every time you follow through on a promise to yourself, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. Wake up when the alarm rings. White heavy check mark. Go to the gym when you didn't feel like it. White heavy check mark. Turn down the distraction. White heavy check mark. Each action is proof you are who you say you are. And before long you'll stop doubting, because you'll have too much evidence. Fire. Step 8. Passion. Fuel the fire inside. Now let's talk about passion. Without passion, life feels heavy. Work becomes a chore. Discipline becomes a burden. But with passion, you become unstoppable. You don't need motivation when you're connected to a purpose. You don't need discipline when your soul is on fire. So what lights you up? What would you do if failure wasn't an option? What would you chase if no one was watching? What do you care about so deeply that you're willing to suffer for it? Because passion isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, a steady pull. A whisper in your gut that says this matters. Follow that. Protect that. Build your life around that. Prohibited. Don't wait for passion. Build it. Many people think passion just shows up one day. Wrong. You build passion by getting good at something. By pouring your energy into it. By watching yourself improve, grow, and impact others. You don't find purpose. You earn it through commitment. As Hill said. Desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. So feed that desire every single day. Let it guide your focus. Let it become your why. Because when you know your why, the how will figure itself out. Seedling. Final words for part 5. Here's the truth. Your outer world will always rise or fall to match your inner world. So before you build the business, before you chase the goal, before you take the leap, build the foundation. Master your belief system. Strengthen your identity. Ignite your passion. Because when those three align, you don't need luck. You don't need perfect conditions. You'll move with certainty. You'll attract opportunities. You'll overcome every obstacle. Not because life is easy, but because you are solid on the inside. Megaphone your challenge. 1. Write your new identity statement. Who are you becoming? 2. Choose 3 affirmations to repeat daily. Write them. Speak them. Believe them. Point 3. Reconnect with your passion. Ask yourself, what would I pursue if I couldn't fail? Then live from that place. Every day. And no matter what it takes. No matter who doubts you, you show up as the person you were born to be. Because average people live from circumstance. But those who rise to fortune, they live from conviction. And that's what we're building here, from the inside out. Direct hit from average to fortune. Part 6. Finish what you start. The power of completion and follow through. Clapperboard hook. Everyone starts strong. The gym is full in January. The journals are full of goals. The vision boards are alive with dreams. But fast forward a few weeks. The gym is empty. The goals are forgotten. The dreams are collecting dust. You see, starting is easy. Finishing is rare. But those who finish, they win. Every single time. Because the world doesn't reward the person who almost made it. It rewards the one who followed through, who finished what they started. So in this final part, we'll talk about the final, often missing piece in the journey from average to fortune. The power of completion. Let's go. Puzzle piece. Why most people quit before the finish line. Napoleon Hill said, most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. But most people never take that one step. They stop when it gets hard. They quit when it gets boring. They walk away when progress slows down. But here's the truth. Fortune is found in the follow-through. Discipline is proven in the last mile. Greatness is built by those who finish, not just those who start. So if you want to separate yourself from the average, be the one who finishes. Hammer and wrench. How to build follow-through like a champion. Let's break it down into 4 simple strategies. 1. Create completion habits. Make finishing part of your identity. Start small. If you read a chapter, finish it. If you start a workout, complete it. If you write a goal, chase it to the end. Even the little things matter. Why? Because they teach your brain. I finish what I start. And when your brain believes that, quitting is no longer an option. 2. Use time pressure to your advantage. Deadlines are not your enemy. They are your allies. Put pressure on yourself. Set a date. Tell someone. Make it real. Most people leave goals open-ended, and that's exactly why they drift. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. 3. Break the big down to the daily. Big dreams overwhelm you? Good, but don't try to do it all in one leap. Break it down. What do I need to do this year, this month, this week, today? Then do that one thing, and do it again tomorrow, and the next day. Success is not about speed. It's about consistency. 4. Fall in love with the boring stuff. The truth is, the process will get boring. Repetitive. Quiet. That's where most people give up. They want fireworks every day. They want to feel motivated every second. They want the hustle to feel exciting. But real growth, it lives in the mundane. It's showing up on the days that feel dull. It's doing the work without applause. It's moving forward even when no one notices. If you can fall in love with that, you'll finish everything you start. And that, right there, is what builds unbreakable confidence. Fire the power of one more step. Remember this. The goal is often just one more step beyond your frustration point. One more call. One more workout. One more late night of focused effort. Just when most people quit. Just when it feels hopeless. Just when nothing seems to be working. That's when it's working the most. That's when you're being tested. Will you break? Or will you break through? Because on the other side of that moment is everything you want. Stack your wins. Each time you finish something, anything, you're stacking proof. Proof that you're reliable. Proof that you're disciplined. Proof that you're not average. That stack becomes a wall. A wall that protects your confidence. A wall that supports your belief. And every time you finish what you start, that wall gets stronger. Megaphone. Final words. Your fortune is already in motion. Let's recap. You want to rise above average? Then do what average people won't do. 1. Master your mindset. 2. Set goals that scare you. 3. Develop relentless discipline. 4. Surround yourself with excellence. 5. Take massive action. 6. Finish what you start. These are not tricks. They're not shortcuts. They're principles. And principles don't expire. Napoleon Hill didn't just write about these ideas. He lived them. So did Carnegie. So did Edison. So did every titan of industry and every champion of purpose. And now, so can you. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's not about who you were. It's about who you choose to become. Direct hit final challenge. Today, not tomorrow. Take one thing you've started and finish it. Complete the project. Make the call. Send the proposal. Hit the gym. Wake up early and follow through. Do it. Not for applause. Not for anyone else. Do it to prove to yourself that you are no longer average. You're not hoping for fortune anymore. You're earning it. One completed step at a time. Because you are no longer just a dreamer. You are now the finisher, the builder, the storm that never stops moving. And that's where fortune lives.